We're just normal men.
What do you mean, normal men?
We're just innocent men.
It's time for Side Scrollers with me, Stuttering Craig.
Oh, wow. Right on the tip. Just on the tip.
And Blabs. Co-hosted by our friends from around the internet.
There is a portion of Norway where it is legally required to carry a firearm at all times.
If you're just a normal man looking for common sense in this crazy-ass world, you've come to the right place. And now, broadcasting from our homes from around the internet, it's time for Side Scrollers. Oh, welcome on out to Side Scrollers on YouTube.com and Rumble.com and, of course, SidescrollersPodcast.com. What is going on, everybody? Hey, happy hump day to you. Hi, I'm Stuttering Craig. Good to see you guys. Hopefully all is well in your world, and we're glad you guys are here. Welcome on out, everybody. We got a great show for you guys lined up. As man, oh man, there may be a new game in the record books today, and we may be going on a field trip today, so we'll see about that. With that said, hello, Blabs. How you feeling today?
Better than yesterday, but still sick. But I do want to say, what up, my mammals? So hello, everybody. I saw this meme of some kid who was all like, in some door ringer going, what up, my mammals? And I'm like, why don't we say that? Why don't we greet people going, hi, what up, my mammals?
Okay, here's the thing. I don't know if I can deal with this nonsense today. All right, she's clearly off the rocker already.
I will show you the meme if you want to. It's freaking hilarious. It's like some kid.
Please show me all of the memes.
Okay.
All of them, which is great. A man of many memes and memes, I guess. I don't know. I don't just memes. I like the idea of being a man of many memes. Has joined us here on this wonderful hump day. Speaking of hump, it's Arch. How you doing, Arch?
Hello, everyone.
Great to see you, buddy. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Happy to be here again.
It's always a distinct pleasure to have your accent joining us, Arch.
A distinct pleasure. I appreciate the choice of verbiage there.
Yes, distinct, absolutely. Well, here we are. We got a great show for everybody lined up. As I mentioned, we have popcorn bucket talk, of course. Listen, we can't go too long without bringing up a brand new popcorn bucket. But as I said, we have quite possibly one for the record books today, as there's rumors going around about a game that has sold 0 copies. And that is going to be our lead today. And I'll tell you what, if the support is there today, I may just go on a field trip today to the local GameStop to see if they've actually sold any copies, to see if this report is true. And I'll do it live during the show. I'll tell you that. We've always had fun. We had fun and I went on a field trip previously. And hey, I ain't scared of field trips. Okay, so we'll see if that happens. With that said, yeah, we got that. We have, I'll tell you what, man, this story needs to be talked about a hell of a lot more. If there's an example of the corruption when it comes to video game journalism better than this story we're going to be talking about today, I don't know if I've ever seen one. Like, this is absolutely absurd that more people aren't talking about it. But why would people not be talking about it? Because journalists aren't going to call out their own bullshit, right? So hopefully YouTubers and people who do shows call out the bullshit. We're going to be talking about that a little bit later on. We have a board game banning somebody for their religious beliefs and beliefs. So that should be good. And the ADL, the Anti-Defamation League, has called out the CEO of Twitch and Hasan Piker. So listen, we're going to get spicy today. We got a lot going on. I'm glad you guys are here. Can't wait to share with you guys. Do us a favor. We are live once again over on rumble.com/sidescrollers. We'd love for you guys to follow us over there if you haven't already. We like YouTube. YouTube is great, but we always like the alt tech stuff. So make sure you follow us over there. I think we're closing on 10,000 followers over there, which is excellent. If you follow us over on X, that'd be great too. You can watch the show, and you could have found out that Arch was going to be on the show simply by following us over at x.com/sidescrollerpod. Blabs, what are we doing on X? How I think we're closing on 10,000 over there as well, right?
On 9K last I looked.
9,000. Let's get those rookie numbers up. Let's hit the 5 digits. Let's do that. Everyone here is on X. They can go over there and
8,196.
Okay. We also have an Instagram account, don't we, Blabs?
We do. We surpassed 2K over there. So follow us for music clips of the show. Otherwise, some sort of violence upon you and your cow.
And the cow. Stab it right in the neck.
The jugular.
Right there with Blabs' shank.
I don't own one though. It's weird, but
You don't own a shank?
No.
Oh, okay. No, sounds good. You can also listen to the show over on Apple Podcast and Spotify, which is really, really great. We continue to grow over there every single day, which is good. Blabs, do you know how much we made last month for the audio version of our show?
We make money on Spotify?
Yeah, we made. You know how much money we made last month?
It's like 10 cents, isn't it?
Right. Yeah, we made dozens of cents last month.
Hard work pays off.
It's like they send you these emails promoting. They're like, "Be ready, here comes your check. It's going to be deposited right into your account." It's like 37 cents, and I was like, "Yeah."
Doesn't it cost more for them to do that, to like transfer money and wire it over, than the actual payment?
Right. So with that said, we do appreciate y'all's support, especially, look at this right off the bat, Jay with a 20 bomb. Hey, how about you reward Jay with some of that nonsense we got going on there? Normal men like the nonsense, and Jay, thank you so much for your support with a 20.
I kind of feel like he gets some sort of boobs for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Give Jay the reward. Reward Jay. Look at it. And reward it. Hey, if you guys got a gift to the membership, make sure you say thanks. Let's paint that chat green today. That is spectacular. Jay, we really appreciate that. That is beyond spectacular. Wow. Speaking of spectacular, hit the subscribe button. Join the 104,672 normal men who have found common sense. And let's do our best to get to that elite thumbs up, thumbs down ratio. 1,337 is our likes. That's our goal as always. Man, holy crap, right off the bat. Jonathan came in with a massive 50. Get him some more boobs there, Blabs. Says, hate to derail this, but can we get Arch to come over to the U.S. and a video of him trying different types of food? Oh, my God. And being a tourist, I think it would make it absolutely hilarious.
I actually disagree with that, only because I'm looking out for Arch, and I know his stomach would despise all the American food with all the processed stuff in it. You do not want to try the food here. Save yourself. But come for the landscape.
No, Arch.
I am a picky eater and I have a sensitive stomach, so I would have to stipulate that I have to live in Craig's house and use his bathroom if he's willing to pay that price.
Craig's about to get that Toto bathroom.
I do not have an extra room in our house, but you can stay in here if you want. You can stay in my studio space.
Just sleep on the floor. Put it like an Arch cam on the ground.
Hanging out down here behind all the lights. It's just, is it my time yet, sir? Eat some chicken nuggets, Norwegian. We're gonna get some barbecue. Let's go.
I feel like Craig would just take you to IKEA to be like, "This is how you feel at home," but little does he know IKEA is Swedish.
Right,
yes.
Here, welcome
IKEA
home.
Swedish.
Wow.
Do you know how IKEA got started?
No.
A Swedish man was trying to put a table in the back of his car, and instead of tilting it, which would be the normal thing, he broke off its legs and thought, well, this is a good idea. And that's how IKEA was started.
Huh. Hey.
Okay. The more you know.
I think we all feel good about that. I really appreciate you sharing your knowledge here, Arch. That's great. Every day you learn something on this show. Every single day, which is great. Thank you, Arch. And as a matter of fact, I feel like that, Blabs, if you can please take that clip and time code it so I can then replace the clip of Arch in our intro with that. That'd be great. Because I like that. I like Arch just explaining random things in our intro, which is great.
I can do that.
That's great.
I can also teach you stuff today. I have that meme ready.
Oh, yeah? You do have the meme? Is this the meme you wanted to start the show with? Hello,
Yes.
hello, mammals?
Yes.
Okay, fire away.
Here we go. So this is a little girl on like the ringer or whatever.
What is up, my mammals? I am a little sick because my brother gave me his disease. So anyway.
That's hilarious. She looks like I'm good. She looks like Edna Mode from like the Incredibles. It's just like her eyes. Anyway, yeah.
That's good, Blabs.
I'm good.
What are you doing? Stop it. Stop playing that.
Okay.
This is the brain rot that is damaging our children, I tell
you. This is the brain rot. There it is, right there. This is the picture of brain rot right there. There it is.
Oh, I was muted. I said, I'm brain rot. Hello.
Oh, that's great. That's good stuff.
She's just like, it's like, she looks like a mix of Edna Mode and like, what's his face's name from Ice Age?
Yeah. Okay.
Sid?
Yeah, Sid. What up, Mom Mammals? And then she's like,
if I can bring it back to the wonderful $50 super chat, I will. Jonathan, I think that's a great question. And I would love to possibly make that happen one day. Bring Arch over here and just, take him to all the great places to eat, especially down here in Texas. We go Mexican food. We can go barbecue. We can go all the different types of cuisines, all of them. If it involves meat, we'll make sure it's in your belly, Arch, and no fish, zero fish, zero.
That's good.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Jonathan. Greatly appreciate that. Benjamin says, "What up, my creatures?" Hello, Benjamin. Great to see you.
What up, my mammals?
Salon came in and says, ESG approved Blabs, Craig's social credit score plus 1,000. Arch and Thumbnail minus 1,000 credit score, or minus 1 million credit score. Yes, sorry about that. By the way, we were talking about that before the show, Blabs. You said that the thumbnail looks a lot like you today.
Yeah, so I think it was one of our viewers yesterday. One of our viewers yesterday was like, why was Blabs in the thumbnail? I think it was like Monday or whatever it was when we used that picture. And then I made the poll today. I'm like, slap the like button, and said Blabs is in the thumbnail or okay. And 75% says Blabs is in the thumbnail. Which, by the way, that photo is not edited, guys. That's not actually me. It's just been upscaled like resolution-wise, but thanks. Let me know how you really feel about my looks.
Have you done any motion capture lately, Blabs?
No, not that I can recall, unless I did it in my sleep, and they're like, perfect, thanks.
Oh my God. All right, great. And check this. Marksman came in and says, for the Death Claw with the third leg calendar. All right. Thank you, Marksman. Appreciate that. What do you understand that reference, Arch?
I do. One of my chatters had the idea of starting a fund for a sexy calendar. And then I let chat decide what to have on the calendar by bidding. And currently in the third place is a sexy big dick Death Claw.
Do you think you'd hear that sentence today, Blabs?
Especially not when I'm about to drink my tea.
Oh, that's great. Well, good luck with that, Arch.
Good luck with the big dick claw.
Yeah, your big dick Death Claw. All right. Hey, Khalid came in and says, hey, Gregory and Blabarian, in response to one of today's vids, I quote the VTuber collector of Lord Archibald. Stick, stick, stick. Oh, hi, Arch.
Hello, Caleb.
Thank you very much, Caleb. Appreciate that. Trevor says, ask Arch how he eats potatoes. Oh, this is in your mouth? Like, what? Slice them, dice them?
Rectally? Yeah, I could probably.
Every day we learn more about Archer. Every day. It's spectacular.
I don't know why this became such a thing. I just told him, you boil the potato and you just eat the potato. And I'm like, what? You don't salt it?
Potato. Are you like Samwise or something? Potato.
Yes, you eat the potato. The potato is the king of fruit or vegetables. I forget which one it is.
The potato is a quality starch. Yeah.
Potatoes are like the best.
Yeah, good stuff.
Yes.
Listen, we should never do a tier ranking of vegetables. I'm just throwing it out there. We'll never do that.
We should do one about underrated vegetables though, like Brussels sprouts.
We shouldn't. No, we shouldn't.
Okay.
Brussels sprouts are underrated though. It took me 40 years to try them that they're good. Hey, Jason is also good with 5 gifted memberships. Let's go, Jason. Thank you. If you guys got a gifted membership, make sure you say thanks. That's spectacular. That is great. And look at this. Integrity for Sale says, send Arch to West Texas and title the video Colarchis. That's funny.
Colarchis.
Do you know what a kolache is, Arch?
Colostomy?
No. A kolache. And Blabs, do you know? Oh, Blabs is leaving.
I'm not leaving. I'm blowing my nose.
Okay. Have you ever heard of a kolache before?
I've heard of colonoscopy.
No, it's the opposite of that. A kolache is like it's like a fruit Danish, or you can also put meat in it, right? But it's like a Danish that you put fruit in the middle of it, and you could also have like a covered one as well that has meat in it, and it's a very German, and he mentioned West Texas. West is a town in Texas that is known for its kolaches, hence the clever wordplay of Cole Archies. See, that's clever right there. Thank you, Integrity for Sale. I like your reference right there. Boog says, no salt, no slicing, nothing but boiling potatoes. That's
Wait, does he seriously
correct.
just eat them simply like that? Wait, you don't you don't do anything?
Oh, yeah.
Mr.
No, you just boil the potato and then you eat the potato.
But no.
Do you have taste buds? Like, why not just put some spice to it?
But why? The potato is already edible as it is.
Yeah, but don't you want to spice up your life? Just because it's edible doesn't mean you can't enhance the flavor.
Arch, have you heard of salt before?
Salt goes on other things, not on the potato, unless it's French fries, which is kind of fine.
Okay. I'm glad we've established.
I'm going to be honest here. Your food ethics is alarming.
I'm just saying, like, bringing you over here, Arch, would be
it'd be a one-way trip to the hospital for him.
No.
And they have to clean out his stomach and flush him out.
No. You get a true taste of America if you come over here, Arch. I'm going to tell you that right now.
As soon as you come over, you can start smelling the apple pie per bald eagle.
That's right. That's pretty much as soon as you cross over the border, you just immediately get wafted with America, which is great.
Yeah, and when you go to Canada, it's like the mousse with maple syrup.
We have mousse here too, but not maple syrup.
Yeah, but you don't ride them like the Mounties do, so.
All right. We've talked about food and potatoes and riding mooses enough. We got a lot to talk about today. Let's get into it. Blabs, what do we have today in video game history?
Okie dokies. October 23rd is...
What? Let's go! Sorry.
You good, bro?
Got excited there.
Okay. Anyway. Well, this is Japanese release, just so you know. Super Mario Bros. 3 releasing back in Japan in 1988. We have Batman Vengeance releasing back in 2001. And then we have Castlevania The Dracula X Chronicles releasing back in 2007. Yay.
Let's go. Hey, constant question all the time. Which game is better, Mario 3 or Mario World? And you know what? The fact that both those games are 30 plus years old and they're still kicking ass and still thought of as the GOATs. Spectacular. By the way, I regret using the phrase goats because there is truly only one goat when it comes to anything being great. You can only be the greatest of all time. Good. Hey, that excited me today, Blabs. Good list right there with just by the inclusion of Mario.
I hope you remember that the next time there's a mediocre list.
Well, I mean, that's not how it works. Every day you're judged by your own list.
Listen, if I have a shit day and there's nothing to go with, that's not on me, bro. I blame the world and the history for not releasing fantastic games every day.
But then you throw in like My Little Pony Peak Adventure.
So I want you to play it. The locals exclusive.
All right. Well, some other
There's
games that
not enough My Little Pony games, as it turns out.
Yes, not enough.
Arch knows.
Some other games that you missed today include Batman Returns for the Game Gear, which I played. That's the only reason why I wanted to talk that. Ready to Rumble Boxing Round 2 for the Dreamcast 24 years ago in 2000. Time Splitters for the PlayStation 2 in the year 2000. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 in 2002. Ace Combat X Skies of Deception in 2006. Castlevania The Dracula X Chronicles 17 years ago.
Are you blind?
Listen, Blabs, I'm just listing off stuff.
Sure.
Ratchet and Clank
Future. The games you missed today. Oh, no.
Thank you, Blabs. Ratchet and Clank Future Tools of Destruction for the PlayStation 3, 17 years ago. Forza Horizon, 12 years ago. Hotline Miami, 12 years ago. I can't believe that game's 12 years old. Holy crap. Shantae and the Pirate's Curse, 10 years ago. Legend of Zelda Triforce Warriors for the 3DS. Jeez Louise. And Blabs, I know that this is a game that if anybody wants to pick this up, you can pick this up with the link that Blabs is about to put on the show here. Because releasing today, Blabs, the game that I think you're most excited about, My Femboy Roommate.
What? Can we watch the trailer for it?
No, you cannot watch the trailer for
Thank
it.
you,
Will we
Arch.
get kicked off YouTube? Is that why? Or are you just not interested?
I know what this is about because I was scrolling Steam the other day looking for Steam Next Fest games. And I'm strolling, and it's like, okay, good. That looks interesting. That looks interesting. Boy whose butthole is filled with cream.
You know, it's weird when you
Nice
write down my femboy in like the tags for YouTube. He's actually crying backstage. Yeah, so that game does not show up.
I know it's a Linux, Macintosh, and PC only game. Sorry, Blabs.
But
I know a lot of.
I was curious, man. I was like, yeah, all right, let's go play this.
I'm gonna tell you this right now. There are 0 normal men in our audience who are going out and buying my femboy roommate.
Bro, don't underestimate the chat.
Don't underestimate the chat.
The only person who may be buying this game is the man below me right here.
Well, he already has it, actually.
He got gifted.
Because he's 6 hours ahead of us, so.
Yeah, if anybody wants to gift Arch my femboy roommate, go ahead over on his Steam account.
I already own a copy of Trap Garden due to this, so I'd rather keep my Steam.
Is it like it's a trap kind of thing?
It's a trap, yes.
It's a trap. Okay, sounds good. Well, I'm glad we can establish this wonderful rapport earlier as we're getting going.
So what you're saying is I can't put this on my Steam wish list.
You can if you want. Go ahead.
Here we go.
Yeah, go ahead.
Wait, can I stream this on YouTube? Or will that have to be like a Kick exclusive?
I don't know. I don't know anything about the game other than I just saw it on a list. That's it. So
this disappoints me. I thought you would have researched it.
No, there's 0 research. Hayden came in, says Arch eats for sustenance, not pleasure. Well, when you're completing Arch eating, do you like power up? Does your chest get big and you're like, I'm ready to go again? Like you've been refueled?
Absolutely.
It's good. Sarah came in, says, what gender is the endowed Deathclaw, Arch? Don't answer that, Arch. Don't.
Both
genders. Oh, that's good.
Yes.
Jonathan Smith says, this is why Arch being a tourist in the U.S. and eating especially Texas barbecue would be amazing. I agree. I 100% agree. Epsilon came in and says, Epsilon Sama says, do all Norwegians have weird palate like Arch? Good question. I don't know. Arch, is this the case?
Yes, because you know how in your countries you have like options, you know, like 5 different types of cheese, etc.
Yeah.
We don't do that because all of our like food industry is basically owned by the government. So we get one type of ham, like one type of cheese, one type of bread, and so on.
Sounds very socialist.
We are the last communist country, but we're successful because we have oil and like 5 million people.
Blabs, I saw your reaction. What the hell's going on over there?
No, I found it on Steam and I was reading and it's like it actually comes out in an hour and I was like, let me put it to my wish list, but then there's images and everything and I saw a lot of dicks and stuff.
Okay.
What were you expecting for a game titled My Femboy Roommate?
They were gonna put it right there as soon as you see it. Yeah. Anyway, I'll read you the description, or do you not want to read the description?
Ross came in and says, my femboy roommate has already put a delay, but it isn't actually out. Oh,
I don't want it. I removed it from my wish list.
Lumi says, why are you the way you are, Arch?
Why am I? Okay. Lumi's my co-host. She informed me last week that there's such a thing as a coffee enema, so I will not hear this from Lumi of all people.
I'll tell you what, just for the segment that may be posted on YouTube, Blabs, for the giggles, please give us a description of this My Femboy Roommate video game.
In this visual novel, you move into a new house with a new roommate who you come to find is a ... femboy. Now that you are living under the same roof, build your relationship with him to achieve different endings with unique scenes and outcomes. And I'm gonna be honest, this dude has a dick and it plays with like a fake dick, and it's a lot, bro. It's a lot. I removed it from my wish list. I don't want it anymore. No, thank you. Oh my god, it just gets worse. I really gotta like close Steam, exit. Where is it? There it is.
Nope. Sorry, Blabs. It's on your history now.
Oh no. Is there a way to clear out your Steam history?
Nope, that's not how it works. All right, well, let's get to hard news in just a second. But first, Suzuku. Sorry,
I'm pretty sure those guys were already hard on the images.
I was just about to say. I think we've already covered the hard news with the femboy roommate here.
Yeah, somebody gift that to Savvy. I saw that in the chat. Savvy would play it, right?
Jesus Christ.
Suzaku Games came in at the $15 direct donation. Says, drifting once again. I dropped a free Halloween update to my indie game last night. Good Night Pan Pan, a survival horror mascot horror mashup steeped in Hong Kong culture and folklore. Yeah, we've talked about your game before. Good Night Pan Pan. Hey, thank you so much for your $15. I will gladly say it one more time. Good Night Pan Pan. Much better than my femboy roommate.
Agreed.
There you go. Girthbound Beginnings Lloyd came into the 10, says, just some normal innocent support, some normal innocent men. What's up, my mammals? My normal mammals? It's Mammals! Thank you. And Luminous Cove came into the 5, says, hello, everyone, and hello, Arch. Oh, hello, Barch. How is everyone doing today? I can finally catch it live. So, Arch, we went over this plain potatoes are icky. Please develop taste buds that can handle even weak spice. Yeah.
I don't know about that. I tried Tabasco sauce once. It was too much.
Sounds like a horrible. Like, you can't just go from like nothing to Tabasco sauce. You got to gradually step up. You got to add like pepper first. You know,
pepper first. Start out small.
And Jay came into the 5, says baked potato with garlic and cheese butter. Let's go. Garlic and cheese butter. Sounds pretty good. Thanks, Jay. Appreciate that. All right, we got a lot to get to today, so let's get into it. We're already 26 minutes in, and we're just talking about potatoes and weird roommates and stuff. Yes. It's time for my favorite segment, your favorite segment, everybody in the world's favorite segment. It is time for hard news. Hard news. All right, Arch, where your taste buds aren't exactly spectacular, but they are very, well, I'll tell you, I'd be interested to see if your taste buds can handle this wonderful crossover. We've seen many video game crossovers in the world of food. We've seen, Nintendo cereal over the years. We've seen all sorts of various things. But this one's kind of odd. This one coming from Italy. Is that correct, Blabs?
Yep.
The Crash Bandicoot cookies right here. Blabs, I cannot read. Can you read that crazy Italian? What's it say?
It just says when Crash Bandicoot cookies are official in Italy.
Oh, okay, so we have official Crash Bandicoot cookies in Italy.
And actually, it sounds amazing because it says biscotti con latte e miele, and that's cookies with milk and honey in it.
Okay. Mass-produced cookies.
I mean, Arch wouldn't like it because, taste buds. He's like, milk, honey, flour.
Have you ever had honey before, Arch?
Yes. You just eat it from the tin.
A tin?
From the tin?
Yeah.
The hell are you talking about?
What does your honey
Not
come
maple syrup, weirdo.
It doesn't come from a tin.
Honey comes in tins.
It comes from a bottle.
Comes from a jar.
What? It comes in tins. What the hell?
Jars.
This is ridiculous. I don't even know what's happening. Yeah, that's clearly, as pointed out in the chat, that's government honey. Government honey comes in tins. I do think that they missed out, and I saw this in the chat. And I couldn't quite see who said it, but they nailed it here. They missed a big opportunity by not calling it the Crash Bandicoot cookie.
Crash Bandicoot cookie.
I think that makes a lot more sense,
Yeah, I feel like maybe it wouldn't have worked out well because it's in Italian. So cookie is biscotto. Yeah.
Biscotto. Crash Biscotto.
Or like biscotti.
Yeah, there you go. Well, that's always fun to look at. Also fun to look at are popcorn buckets. We look at popcorn buckets quite frequently here. And the new Gladiator 2 is on the way, Arch. Any thoughts on the Gladiator 2 movie? You excited for that one at all?
I'm worried on many. Like, on the one hand, I don't mind more Gladiator, but on the other, Gladiator did not need a sequel. It is a perfectly self-contained movie. And it's taking place right after the first one, and it has the rap music in it. It's the current year, and I cannot hope for good things in the current year. I will be pleasantly surprised if it's good, and I will be normally disappointed if it isn't.
Well, I think that it'll do well. It won't do as well as the original Gladiator. The first Gladiator is an all-time classic. But I think people, just based off the name alone, people will go check it out. There are some things that I'm a little worried about in it. Obviously, the idea that I think the lead character is the boy from the first movie.
Yes.
Which doesn't make sense because he talks about how he was, I don't know. In the trailers, they talked about how he didn't have parents, but he very clearly had a mom in the first movie. Lucius was his name. But regardless, we'll see the movie later on. What we're going to look at right now is the AR. It's called the AR, like arena popcorn bucket. Have you seen this arch? Look at that right there.
That is actually pretty cool.
A popcorn bucket.
Did see it, and apparently it has some kind of the AR was like what's it? Enhanced reality or something like it. Placed a little like,
augmented reality. Yes, the augmented reality. Hence the AR arena popcorn bucket right there. And if you scan a code, then you get to see the a little fight happen. If you're done with your popcorn, though, and I think that's the most important thing. You got to be done with your popcorn before you can see the two gladiators fight. I wonder if this is going to be like God, what were those things back in the day where you look at them and there would be like just a few frames of something, back in the 80s. I don't know. This reminds me of that. I wonder if it's going to be a full motion thing or if it's just a couple frames. And does it give away the ending of the movie? If you're watching it, you're watching your AR, your augmented reality battle happening. We have not seen an augmented reality in a popcorn bucket yet. Blabs, your thoughts on the augmented reality?
That's pretty cool. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just wondering if like that, it's gonna be with a QR code. I wonder if that QR code expires after a while, or will it be functional for the rest of time, so you own it forever type of deal, and you can see it whenever you want. But I actually like this better than some other popcorn buckets that we've seen. It's simple, it's clean, and you know where it's from, like what IP.
The idea of there's got to be some collectors out there who are going crazy and collecting all these like crazy ass popcorn buckets, and they just have them all on their shelves behind them, and they're talking about they're doing popcorn bucket reviews. Blab, see if you can find anybody doing popcorn bucket reviews.
Yeah, I'm actually trying to see how much this thing. Oh, it's apparently. Hang on a second. They're saying it's even higher than the normal price because of the QR.
Oh, sure.
But they're not telling me the price.
Yeah.
Payment.
Yeah. Well, man, this is nuts, man. Yeah, and as pointed out, I think Elite Neo said it in the chat.
Oh, it's not released yet.
No. Yeah, you're talking about those Viewmaster toys. That's what I was trying to get at. The where you can only see like a frame or two of the things. Yeah. Well, I'm sure this will probably. What do you think? $40 for a popcorn bucket?
Well, they're saying more than that. So this article from Delish that says that this isn't out yet, this specific popcorn bucket, but they're saying usually retails for $25 to $40, but with the added AR technology, this could be even higher.
Oh,
That's
man.
kind of more expensive, isn't it? $40 for a piece of plastic.
Well, of course.
Depending on who it is, I guess, yeah.
I'm curious. There's got to be a few popcorn bucket review channels on YouTube. Like, who is that person?
It's actually going to be Craig. He's going to start buying them all and reviewing them.
Hey.
I'm going to teach him how to review. It's going to be fun.
You're going to teach me how to review?
Yeah, like a little product. Not like a video game, but like, this is what you do, all the angles. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks, Blabs. I look forward to that. That'll be the first thing I review is popcorn buckets.
Yeah, Craig's Popcorn Bucket channel. Coming soon, 2025.
Yeah, it's going to be huge. It'll get dozens of views. Huge. Mm-hmm. I'll get popcorn. It'll be like the access media for popcorn buckets, where I get them early and get them for free. And I can't.
We're sponsored by popcorn buckets now.
That's right. All right, let's go to another Hollywood story here. As we had a delay, an indefinite delay, which I think most people are welcome to this idea. Arch, did you see the original classic from the turn of the millennium, Blade, starring Wesley Snipes?
Of course. And as it's important to point out, Marvel's first superhero.
My God, it was awesome. God, it was
It's
great.
Beautiful. It holds up to this day. Blade is still an excellent movie.
Blabs, have you seen Blade?
I have not seen Blade, actually.
God. All I want to do, and we can't show you it, but I would love to do a reaction. Maybe we'll do that exclusively for supporters over at sidescrollerspodcast.com.
Not like super violent though.
It is mega violent.
Pass.
But, no. But what I want to show you is the opening scene to Blade. The opening scene is everything that's right about that movie. Usually in a movie, what you see is the hero. It opens with the hero having some sort of setback, right? There's some sort of like trauma associated with why they are who they are. In Blade, it opens up the first 10 minutes of the movie. It's just him fucking the shit out of vampires. Like,
oh yeah, I know about that. Mm-hmm.
There's blood everywhere. They're in this it's the coolest scene ever. And it's got this awesome tech and it's amazing. I'm telling you, Blabs, we need to get you to watch that, okay?
Time stamped.
Thank you. Appreciate that. Listen, it's important. Anyways, the new Blade has been indefinitely suspended or delayed. And you know what? I got to be honest. I'm pretty happy about this idea. Yes.
You know, because like, okay, no hates for the new guy, etc. But as they said in the movie, there is only one Blade. Like, only Wesley Snipes can walk into a room full of vampires and have it make sense that the vampires are afraid of him.
Yes. Yes, Art. You get it. You get it. Oh my God, it's so good. Golly. You know, there's the famous line from Blade. Was it some motherfuckers always trying to ice skate up hills? Right? Oh man, that's great. I'm gonna see if I can find that. There it is. Yes, Blabs. This is probably the best scene one of the best scenes in the movie. Here you go, Blabs. Check this out. This is quintessential Blade.
Some motherfuckers are always trying to ice skate uphill.
Let's go. Slap! Oh my God! Let's go! Is that not the coolest thing you've ever seen, Blabs? Come on.
That is not the coolest thing I've ever seen.
Shut up, dude. He tossed the vial in the air, did a spinning kick across, and kicked it into his forehead.
Yep.
After saying a kick-ass line.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
No one can ever again be as effortlessly cool as Wesley Snipes. It's just not possible.
You know, bringing it back to video games, that was like the first 360 no-scope headshot. A full 360 right there. My goodness. How great was that? Sorry. There's nothing wrong about maybe the CGI isn't the best. You know, it's been dated a little bit, but hey, it's fucking Wesley Snipes. And I'm glad. I know that I'm not alone in saying that I am very glad that the movie has been delayed from their content production slate this year. I hope it's delayed forever.
They just got to kill it. They just got to kill it. Because it's the current, they were going to replace him with his daughter. They were going to do the whole shebang. No, you do not replace Blade.
No, you never replace Wesley Snipes. You cannot replace Wesley Snipes. All right, another guy that you cannot replace. I'll tell you what, Arch, this one kind of hits differently. My 12-year-old daughter keeps saying, "Oh, that hits differently." It's like the thing to say now when you're a kid.
Or like put the fries in the bag and everything. Yeah.
It hits differently. This hits differently. Well, this one does. As I saw this and I was like, oh man, my heart. Liam Neeson is planning to retire from action films at the end of this year. Now, obviously, Liam Neeson, people in our audience probably know him for his role in Star Wars, obviously. I know him as the guy from Taken, Brian from Taken, with probably the greatest trailer ever to a movie, which is just him giving his monologue where he's threatening the guy who took his daughter. But this one kind of hits hard. The idea, he's obviously getting old, but I totally understand. It does
72.
There you go. Yeah. So, at a certain point, you don't want to see 70-year-old dudes, spin kicking people. Although I would like to see Wesley Snipes still spin kicking people, but it does just say action film. So maybe he'll do a rom-com or a comedy or something. So
I kind of feel bad for the guy. I mean, his ex-wife died, Natasha Richardson, the actress.
No,
from the Parent Trap. The mom from the Parent Trap with Lindsay Lohan. That was his wife, and she died in a skiing accident. Yeah, she fell down and she complained about a headache, and then like hours later, she was dead.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
That's tragic.
Yeah, they have like kids and everything.
Wow. And how long ago was this?
2009.
Man, that's
Yeah, that was a sad day. I was like, oh man, I like Natasha Richardson. She was a great actress.
the mom from Parent Trap, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay.
You know, the British one and everything.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah, that was his wife.
Holy
I
shit.
just blew your mind.
Well, 15 years later, I feel really bad for him. That's really tough. You know. Yeah, listen, I'm just saying, don't mess with your noggin, man. You get your head knocked. You got to get that checked out, especially if you got a
Yeah, but
headache.
the problem was like she was up in the mountains. Yeah.
Well, I'll tell you what. Liam Neeson he's a stud, man. He's a stud. I think he's a really fine actor. I love him in the action movies, and he's released a lot of action movies that haven't done very well, but he will always have Taken.
I think actually he's a well-rounded actor too. Like I'm looking at his list of things. I mean, he's Aslan in Narnia. He was in Love Actually, that rom-com that actually did terrible at the box office, but blew up later on. Yeah, so he's been in a lot of stuff. So yeah, one of them good ones.
Wait. Hold on. I got a few things here. Nuts says he's in a new Naked Gun movie. They're making a new Naked Gun movie? What is this? What? Blabs, please do a little research. Naked Gun movie. Okay. And it's not that type of Naked Gun, Blabs.
I was gonna say what?
Yeah. And Mad Max says, Liam, not big on 2A. How can you not be big on the Second Amendment when every single one of your movies you're shooting a gun? Okay.
Because acting.
Okay. Yeah, he was also in Schindler's List as well. That's right. Yep. Yeah, big time. He does have a lot of range for sure. I don't want to say did. He does have a lot of range.
Upcoming, The Naked Gun 2025 post-production, according to IMDb.
Holy shit. That's crazy. Huh. Hey, also crazy. Look at this. Nest Track came in with like 20 Danish monies or 200 Danish money. Says donating to make Blabs watch Blade 1 and 2. I don't want to see her suffer through the third one. The third one, not that great. But the first two, outstanding.
Did you know Liam Neeson dated Helen Mirren? We're going down a rabbit hole. Anyway.
That's right. Arch, did you see Blade 2?
Yes, I have, of course. I've seen all the Blades.
Didn't the third one have Ryan Reynolds in it?
Yes, and you know what? I don't hate it that much. If you basically view it as like, what are the origin stories of Deadpool? It's not as good as one, but I can stomach it. And two actually had a good twist. A lot of people like to hate on the sequels, but it's still Blade. Wesley Snipes still carries it.
Still Blade, baby. It's still Wesley. Let's go. All right, let's move on. We got another not a record, but we have a new person on top of the throne when it comes to highest grossing Warner Brothers films in the United States of 2024. This is a movie that I have not seen yet, but I've heard pretty okay things about. But actually, I want to use this as an opportunity to talk about the original. But Beetlejuice 2 has dethroned Dune 2 as the highest grossing Warner Brothers film domestically this year, which, it's kind of interesting. Did you see Beetlejuice 2?
I have not seen it. Now I'm interested, though, because like Beetlejuice is not an unknown franchise, but for it to dethrone Dune, which I guess is also like, I guess this is the battle of the franchises that should have been better known but weren't.
Right. So apparently Beetlejuice has made $434 million worldwide. That's ridiculous. Almost $500 million for Beetlejuice 2. I watched, it had been, I don't know, 30 plus years since I had seen the original Beetlejuice. And I watched it recently with my daughters. And my daughters were like, I don't get it. And you know what? I also was like, I don't really get it. It's like, I don't really understand why we liked it so much as kids. I understood the story considerably more this time around than I did when I was a kid. But at the same time, like it wasn't like super memorable. And you know what I think it was? I watched it like the edited version that just airs on TV. I had recorded it instead of like watching it on Amazon or Netflix or whatever. So they may have left out some parts in the movie, but I was like, all right. I mean, I guess this movie's fun, but my kids, my youngest daughter, my 10-year-old said, Dad, that's the worst movie I've ever seen. when speaking of Beetlejuice. So, oh man. Have you seen Beetlejuice, Arch?
No. I think I saw some of the cartoon once upon a time, many years ago.
Blabs, I'm positive you have not seen Beetlejuice.
I have not seen Beetlejuice, but I do have something to add to the conversation. So I was curious about, what is doing like the most top grossing of 2024, because we know Warner Brothers won that last year with Barbie for 2023. So I was kind of wondering if Warner Brothers is, getting back up there. And unfortunately, they're not. Inside Out 2 is number 1, followed by Deadpool and Wolverine, followed by Despicable Me 4, and then Dune. All over the place. So they're not doing that great, which is a shame because Warner Brothers has all these fantastic IPs, but they just keep shitting themselves. And
yep.
Well, I'll say this. If they don't name the third Beetlejuice film, which I'm sure they'll get to, Beetlejuice, then they're missing a huge opportunity, because that's the whole idea. That's how you summon Beetlejuice, by saying his name three times. So I'm sure they'll make a sequel to it. Joey says, I see Liam Neeson as Qui-Gon Jinn, I'm sorry, and Ra's al Ghul. That's right, from Batman. Yeah, thanks, Joey. Appreciate that. And he followed up, says, Beetlejuice 2 is a fun movie. It shows a lot more of the world of the dead in that universe, and Michael Keaton was spectacular at Beetlejuice. He did not miss a beat. Well, I think that's the thing about the first movie. After seeing it, was I thought there would be more Beetlejuice in it. Like it takes like an hour to get to Beetlejuice. it's all, so I think that's the thing about it. I was like, okay, I get it. All right, it's fine. All right, let's turn to video games here. Almanac says Qui-Gon. Is it Qui-Gon or Qui-Gon? I thought it was Qui-Gon.
No, it's Qui-Gon Jinn.
Okay, I thought so. See, I'm not that dumb.
And by the way, chat, he does know what Yub Nub is. We had a nice conversation after stream yesterday, and I got it sorted. He does know. He just didn't know what the hell we were saying with Yub Nub.
Yub Nub. Yeah, I know what's going on. It's good.
He knows what's up. We just gotta joggle the old brain over there.
That's right. Jocelyn, just a little shaky shake. Shane came in over on Rumble. He says, hey there, side strollers and friends. I have to get a shout out to my son's Little League team. We unfortunately got knocked out yesterday, but they fought hard. I'm a proud dad and a proud coach. Let's go, Shane.
Yeah.
Give it up for the Little League baseball. Knocking it out of the park right there.
Have you seen those videos of like Little League kids or like learning how to do hockey, and it's just like absolute chaos?
Mm-hmm.
I freaking love that.
Yeah, those are the best. Little kids playing sports, so much fun.
Because they're just running around, and like this one kid was just lying on the ground on an ice rink, and his coach was just spinning him in circles with the hockey stick really fast.
That's great. What is the what's the sport of recreation over there, Arch?
Fishing.
Football,
soccer. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Got
football.
It. Yeah. Football, soccer. Yes. Totally understand.
Football.
Absolutely. Yes. Football, soccer, football. I'm with you. Football. Mark Reality says, check eBay for popcorn buckets. And he says, is OJ Simpson going to be in the new Naked Gun movie? No, I'm sorry, Mark Reality. He will not be making his way over there.
He hasn't done anything in a couple months, has he?
He's dead, Blabs.
I know, that was the point. Anyway.
OJ Simpson, listen, breaking news. OJ Simpson is in fact dead. Breaking news.
Who was it that you forgot died like 2 years ago? Like, we should just make it to the list. Did you guys also know he's dead too?
I don't know. We're adding to our list. Mark Reality says, haven't read any of the rants. And now a new topic. Oh, sorry. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it. We try to get to every single one. We'll do our best. Stormborn says, Film Threat have reviewed popcorn buckets. There you go. They are the preeminent popcorn bucket reviewers on the internet, which is great. And Rowboat, Jethro, Grimate, came in and says, welcome to the Bucket Scrollers with me, Buttery Craig.
Dude, I like that. I think you should just put up a channel just for shits and giggles and do that.
Dan says, yeah, Gladiator 2. I'm kind of skeptical about it. Besides Denzel Washington, the popcorn bucket is really cool. But how is it connected to the first film? All I know is that Lucius is in it. And that's all I know. And there's rap music, which is good. Lord Botha says, a popcorn bucket I can't even put my penis in? Pass.
Go buy like the Wolverine one, then you're good to go, or the Venom one.
Lumi says, was the Dune popcorn bucket not your favorite, Blabs? Also, betting it'll be a $50 bucket.
Ooh, what was our favorite that we've seen so far?
I think the Dune one was the best. You know, you stick your hand and you feel like you're getting your hand ripped off. I think that's pretty
I thought
good.
that was like, oh, you mean like the freaking anal bucket, popcorn bucket?
Yeah.
Favorite?
Yeah.
Seriously, we had the alien one that looked cooler.
The alien one was pretty
canister.
cool. And speaking
Maybe
of
that one.
Well, Mark said eBay, look on eBay for the popcorn buckets. And well, here you go. You can see right now there's 25 years. Here's the alien one we talked about. Oh, look at that.
That's
look at
actually
that,
really cute. I like that Stitch one.
You got to shove your hand in his mouth.
They're making so many different ones from like Disney and all that. And fun fact, I actually am sort of getting a popcorn bucket in the mail today. Ironically. But it's not a popcorn bucket. It's like a Harry Potter candy bucket one. It's a butterbeer cart. Anyway, it's the same thing, really. It's you can put popcorn in it. I'm becoming one of them.
You are. What's wrong with you? All right. Let's move on. Hey, Arch, did you ever play No Man's Sky?
No, I did not.
What was your perception of No Man's Sky?
A video game that promised a lot and would not be able to deliver any of it.
Correct. Yeah, that was the general thought of No Man's Sky. This is a game that was released back in 2016, and it was a never-ending game where these planets were going to be procedurally generated, and you can go to infinite planets. And when it launched, people were like, "Yo, this is not what you promised." And we are 8 years after the launch of No Man's Sky, and the game is still going on. And this morning, Sean Murray over on X has a new update on No Man's Sky, and there's actually a trailer for it. And I got to be honest, kind of looks fucking badass. He says, No Man's Sky, The Cursed. You can see all the different things here, yes, different stories and combat and jetpack trails. Let's go and watch this trailer. And Arch, I would love to get your thoughts on this as we watch this along, okay?
I've seen things. A few things before. Left the sun and moon behind.
Is that the Millennium Falcon?
Galaxy.
You're muted, Craig.
I'm just talking to myself. It's definitely an homage, and for sure. Yeah, you can definitely tell there's some homages here.
He's waiting to be found. Planets. Rich in resources. Battles to be fought. Treasures unknown. The universe you wouldn't believe.
All right. There's the latest trailer for the new No Man's Sky update. I think it's available today. Arch, your thoughts?
Well, the good thing is that they didn't give up on it, and they kept developing it for now, like you said, 8 years, and it's looking like it might be turning into something. And at least there is a product out there that is improving. Yeah, it probably gained back a lot of the faith that it shed initially, particularly when you compare it to another forever game, Star Citizen, which has yet to produce much.
Right. It's really amazing, and I agree with you. I think strictly from a stick-to-itiveness aspect, I mean, you have to respect their team and Sean Murray for being able to continue to develop the game after being available for 8 years. I mean, when it launched, it was a laughing stock. And by the way, you see people in the chat still saying like No Man's scam. I get it. But at the same time, like it's been 8 years in this game. They could have packed up and left and done this, just packed up shop a long time ago. So I'm very curious to see like what their revenue looks like and how they're able to make this work, but hey, good for them, and yeah, does it look kind of mid? I don't know. I see it in the chat. It looks kind of mid. I don't know. I mean, once again, everything that they're showing, and this may have changed. I don't know. I've not kept up with the No Man's Sky lore, but with it being all procedurally generated and stuff along the way, I mean, that's pretty damn cool to me. Blabs, would you play this new No Man's Sky? Would this get you interested in it?
Yeah, so I actually want to know how much the price was, because I feel like that also depends on it. So look at the PlayStation Store, because that was the first thing that popped up. No Man's Sky, PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5. Originally, it was $59.99, but it's on sale, and the sale ends November 7th, and it's actually $24. So $24 for what I've seen seems about right. If it was $60, I don't think I'd ever spend $60 for that. It looks vibrant. It looks interesting, but it doesn't really tell me a whole lot of what you can do in this game. Like, I'm not really sure what I'm doing, but I don't mind. It doesn't look bad in my opinion. I really do enjoy the colors. It's very vibrant.
Yeah. This actually is pretty accurate. No Man's Sky is a game about exploration and survival in an infinite procedurally generated universe.
Okay, so it's
right?
a survival game, basically.
Just a survival game. Yeah.
I mean, it looks cool. Definitely not worth the original price, that's for sure. But $24 isn't so bad.
I'll say this. They have mostly positive reviews with all the reviews. 243,000 reviews up here. I'll say this, man. That was not that way when it first launched. So people have, if it's mostly positive, I mean, I guarantee it was mostly negative when it first launched. So, hey, good for them. Good for them. I love the idea of going in and sticking to it, man. I think it's great. And I'm curious what their player numbers look like right now. Actually, I want to pull this up. Wow. Okay. This is actually pretty impressive. Not going to lie. This is way better than I thought it'd be. Currently right now over on Steam, they have 13,000 people playing their game.
That's not bad.
And this is obviously off a new update, but I mean, you can see the average like 11,000 folks. This is just on a random day, 11,000. That's pretty good for a game that's been out for 8 years. That's pretty damn good, Arch.
I see that like on Steam, it says, it's online co-op, cross-platform multiplayer. I feel like I wouldn't have as much fun playing this by myself, but with friends, just having some laughs and some giggles and stuff. Yeah, why not? Yeah. If it runs well and everything.
Well, you look at this and you can see after it launched, I mean, it bottomed out. It was around 1,000 players per day. And the fact that it's been able to, pull that up and go 10x, 6 years later, it's still there. And that's pretty damn impressive. So I said, man, I get it. I get the skepticism of the game, but I totally appreciate the ability to work through it. So good for them.
They didn't abandon it. And I want to point out too how easy it is to do that. Like, this is one thing that Steam does very, very poorly, in that there is no consequences or way of warning players for when a game is abandoned. This happened to Kerbal Space Program 2 recently, where they just stopped releasing updates. Like, the studio's probably gone. Nobody knows. They haven't announced anything. They haven't officially canceled it. You can still buy the game now for the price, and you will not be informed that this is a game that is already dead. Like, you can literally just release a game and then walk away.
Yeah, there's a lot of truth in that. And once again,
EA games.
Yeah. Goji came in and says, I played No Man's Sky since beta. There's no game that has continued to grow and get better over time. The devs love this game. Can't wait for Light No Fire. Goji, that's awesome. And I love that you played this game for 8 years. I think, Arch, you nailed it. When this game was initially announced, it just overpromised, and they've just put their nose down and they've grinded for 8 years. And man, I said, I appreciate that, man. Markson says, also all free expansions. Cool. I got it with Xbox Update. That's good stuff, Marks. Lyman says, No Man's Sky has done a lot to make up for the state it was at the launch. It's a great game if you're into crafting, exploring, and base building. Jazuke came in and says, I've not played No Man's Sky lately. It isn't bad, but it isn't incredible either. You have have to give credits to the devs for keeping up with the game. You'll be scanning and gathering materials mostly. Okay, yeah. So it's an exploration game for sure. Marksman says it's like Minecraft in space with spaceships. There you go. It says what it released as and what it is now is great. Yes, for sure. And Tech Support Gaming says, watch Internet Historian's video on No Man's Sky. I felt bad for them. Really lets you see what happens when indies take cash from companies. I've not seen that. But I'll check out Internet Historian's video about No Man's Sky. And yeah, I said that Arch, say this name again for me, please. It's just Caleb?
Caleb, I think, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Caleb. I said Khalib earlier, but Caleb says No Man's Sky pulled a Cyberpunk before Cyberpunk. I think, maybe. Similar situation anyways. The devs put their nose to the grind there and got to work. Yeah, man. Good for them. And John came in with breaking news. Ivan Reitman is dead. Thank you, John. Appreciate the reminder. That's great. All right, let's keep on moving on. We got a lot to talk about, and this one's crazy. Now, over the last few days, we have seen, really the last couple weeks, we've seen all sorts of suspensions on Twitch. We saw Asmongold get suspended for his takes about what's happening overseas over there at the Israeli-Palestinian thing. Like I said, I don't know enough about it to speak about. I feel like I need to preface this every time. I don't know enough about it. I'm not going to comment. I don't care. I'm worried about right here. But people say, well, you should know about it. Whatever, that's fine. But I don't care. But what I do know is that Asmongold gave a statement. He was then banned for 14 days based off of his statement on that situation. And then there was another streamer who came out who was also banned 30 days for pretty much having the opposite take of what Asmongold said. And Arch, have you been following this story at all?
A little bit. We covered the Asmongold thing on the Archcast last week. Basically a classic case of good old-fashioned hypocrisy. One rule for one side, one rule for the other.
Right. And the other lady was named Frogan, and she pretty much said, hey, if you're a U.S. troop or U.S. Soldier, I hope you get PTSD. And it was really like a hateful statement. And she's shown continuously to just be a hateful person, right? A really shitty person. Well, she was banned after the Anti-Defamation League actually got a hold of Twitch. They called themselves out. The ADL called Twitch out on Twitter or on X and said, like, hey, we've spoken to Twitch about this. I guess they reached out privately, which, you should do, right? And then they spoke about it publicly saying, hey, Twitch is fucked this up pretty much. Now, the ADL, say what you want about them, right? But they do have some pull. They also called out the Twitch CEO, Dan Clancy. Now, Dan Clancy, this is the first time I think I've seen something like this. This is from Drama Alert. It says Twitch CEO called out by one of the largest anti-Semitism organizations in the U.S. Dan Clancy has enabled anti-Semitism to spread like cancer on Twitch. Dan Clancy must resign. This is interesting because you see this all the time where people say things about even our show, right? People say, oh, you're spreading whatever. You've enabled misinformation. You've said something that I don't like, right? And our stance is that people should have the opportunity to say them, but if you're on a platform, then you have to deal with the consequences of that platform, right? So I don't know. I think this is really interesting. The fact that he's been called out here. Now, there's another layer to this as well, and that they've also, in addition to the Twitch CEO, they have called out Hasan Piker. And they said Hasan Piker is rumored to earn a 7-figure multi-million-dollar salary while pushing anti-Semitic pro-terror content under Clancy's watch. Arch, thoughts on this?
Well, the Arabs and the Jews are fighting.
There you go.
You could pretty much sum it up like that, honestly. But well, on a deeper level, because they also banned a bunch of people who were part of a panel. I don't know if you've seen that, the Twitch panel. There was a Twitch panel. Ethan Klein brought this up, where they had a tier list where the good tier was Arab and the bad tier was like some Israeli food manufacturing thing, I think it was.
Okay.
So Ethan Klein, of course, was like, okay, so Arab good, Israeli bad. This is weird, isn't it, Twitch? And a lot of the people on that panel was banned retroactively, it now appears, which I'm not particularly happy with, because now you're just kind of giving in to the public pressure. Because in an ideal world, the rules should be set in stone. If you violate the rules, you get the ban. Simple. Not a month after, not a week after when you do it. Which simply just means to me that the entire thing is a power play. It's to see who has the most pull and influence within Twitch. And those who have the influence, they can get away with it. Those who doesn't, can't. And then it's just a question of, will any outside forces get involved and push back in again? Like, Hasan has already been banned a few times, but usually only when there's been a major media outcry.
Right.
When he did, like, America deserved 9/11 a few years ago. That went everywhere.
Right. And I'll tell you what, this Frogan lady, I don't know if you saw this as well, if I can just pull this up. Like I said, she's been banned. But there was a clip of her being passed around, and this is fucked up. Look, okay, so she was doing a tip-a-thon, and I don't know if you've seen this clip at all. Let me pull this up really quick. But this is probably, I mean, good Lord, what are we thinking here? And the fact that Twitch didn't ban her for this is insane. But here we go.
6250, 9/11 baking stream with Raph and Capri. If we get to this goal by 9/11, Capri, Raph, and I will make the Twin Towers out of a stacked cake. And we'll make an airplane, and we'll recreate 9/11.
Okay, yeah, here's the thing too. You know, like the idea of edgy, right? When you say something that's socially provocative, and there my camera dies for the umpteenth time today.
That's fine. You're good.
It used to be that this is like something outlier. You say something that is very provocative and that gets attention. Like that was a lot of the ways in which people grew back in the day, and it kind of is today. But now, being edgy against the left wing is usually illegal, so you'll get banned for it. However, you've seen a lot more of this left wing edgy versus the right, and it's always stuff like this. It's either attacking Christianity because the Christians can't defend themselves and won't. They've been the punching bag for the last 20-odd years, or it's stuff like this where it's like, oh, but I can joke about this. You say we can joke about things, right? It's like, yes, but why is it always this? 9/11 has become this thing where even in the past, I would probably have defended it as a good faith, like, okay, it's an edgy thing, you can joke about it, fair enough, but I hate the underlying idea of it, where it has become less so about making the joke and more so about the culture of it, kind of like, it's a little bit too much tongue-in-cheek. It's like, haha, I like terrorism, wink. It's like, oh, are you joking, or...
And congratulations, Archie just got clipped for saying, haha, I like terrorism. Well, this is interesting to see if Twitch does anything about this. If the CEO of Twitch actually does... He's clearly not going to step down. This is an Amazon move. But when you get pressure from these organizations, you're 100% right, Arch. This is definitely a power play for them. They are trying to push as many buttons as they can to get their way. Now, Hasan, on the other hand, right? I think he can be banned and potentially banned permanently, for sure. The stay-at-home info says Hasan actually interviewed a terrorist and called him a modern-day Anne Frank. Frogan also probably mentioned a cousin who is also a terrorist. Twitch is scum, just like them. Yeah.
Yep. Right. And I on the Hasan, I don't think they will ban him for life. Simply because he's become a major draw for the platform and he earns them a lot of money. And he's also friends with the right people. I do think they might slap him with like a 2-week ban, maybe. That would be like the escalation. But we'll see.
Right. Well, it'd be really, I'll tell you what, if they slapped him with a 2-week ban starting now, could you imagine how much, like, leading up to the United States election, could you imagine how fucking insane that would be?
And that's another point too. The reason why they probably don't want to hand down these bans right now is because of the election. Like, these are very left-wing people, and they don't want to remove their, best influencers right before the election.
Yeah, I mean, there's probably a lot of truth in that, for sure. Well, we'll keep an eye on it, and if there is any banning or suspensions along the way, we'll keep you guys updated, for sure. Hey, do us a favor, if you're new to the channel, make sure you hit the subscribe button. We'd really appreciate that as we continue to grow a little bit more every single day. We're glad you guys have joined us. Hit the thumbs up button as well. We're just past 1,000. I would love for you guys. I would love to get to 1337 here. That's our goal every day. Let's see if we can get to 2,000 now. 2,000? Well, let's get to 5,000. Let's get to all the thousands. But glad you guys are here. Welcome on out. Dimio says, I hope Frogan don't get PTSD for seeing the gym. That's right.
Speaking of that, I saw this funniest thing, and it makes fun of her, but I don't care. Let me see if I can find it, because it's too good. There's this meme. Aha, I found it. We need to play it.
Is it as good as the other meme that you had?
Oh, it's 10 times better. Yeah. Look at this.
I will never have any fucking pity for any fucking soldiers. The U.S. military? Who fucking who? I hope you get PTSD.
Okay.
I don't care if it's mean. That's funny. She's Jabba the Hutt.
How they get it so photorealistic? It's crazy.
Right? It's so good.
Hey, Nathan came in with the 10. Says, I remember fighting with No Man's Sky pre-launch quote unquote fans back in the day because I didn't believe the hype and laughing at the same people when the game launched. Still, I do like the redemption arc for No Man's Sky. Yeah. Thanks, Nathan. Appreciate that. Yeah, I think it is admirable for sure. Mr. Melancholy says, Mudahar called out Twitch's hypocrisy, especially Hasan fawning over that pirate he interviewed. Thank you, Mr. Melancholy. And Flickerbox says, social media, a constant power struggle with where every tweet, flex, and like fuels the status game. Cloud is king, and everyone's just playing along. There you go, Flickerbox. Unintelligent Design says, Liam here, sending over some support. G1 for life. Hey, let's go, Liam. Thanks, man. Appreciate that. G1 from back in the old Screw Attack days. Appreciate you, man. Thanks for finding me again. And Elite Neo says, I thought pigs like Frogan were harem in that religion.
Haram.
I don't know how to say that. Yes. Haram. I don't know. Thanks, Elite Neo. I'm sorry I fucked that up. And let's see. Aiden came in with the 5. Says, I can say this with a passion, and I can't stand him. Fuck Hasan Piker, soy boy fucker. Okay, Aiden, thank you very much for letting me read that. All right, let's continue on. We got a few more stories to hit before we say au revoir for the day. So thanks for hanging out. Once again, hit the thumbs up button and help grow the show a little bit more every single day. Really appreciate that. Okay. Do you know who the Babylon Bee is, Arch?
I do. Satire news site.
Yes, satire news site with a Christian slant to it for sure. Well, their editor-in-chief is a guy named Kyle Mann. And Kyle Mann is a board game guy. He likes board games. He plays them. He enjoys them. And there's a new board game out called based around Mass Effect. And I don't know if you heard about this, but there are pronouns in the character sheets for Mass Effect. And there's been an ongoing back and forth between the players and the customers of this game and the main designer of the game, who's really pissed off because people are not happy with his takes, and because people have gone in and they've downvoted this game based off of the induction of gender ideology into this. Now, the guy, his name is Eric Lang, the designer of the game, says, I hate to even talk about this on social media, but if you played Mass Effect, the board game, would you mind giving it a rating on BGG to offset the fucking man babies trying to yank the rating with ones because they can't handle looking at pronouns on character sheets? Well, this is the designer here, and he's asking for ratings, and okay, that's fine. But here's Kyle, says the new Mass Effect board game has pronouns in it. In his character sheets. The designer called anyone who complained about it a man baby. I'll be returning my copy. And I rated it a 1 on BGG. I was immediately kicked off the website I've been a member of since 2012 because of my religious beliefs that differ from the extremist gender ideology of the designer. Why the bigotry and exclusion? Board Game Geek. And you can see right here, it says your account is not permitted to perform that action, and he's been suspended. What's funny here, he says, underneath, he says, gatekeep your hobbies. Keep the woke extremist out. They will ruin your hobby in the name of, quote, inclusion, and then kick you out and tell you aren't welcome. And he actually talks about his review here. He says, this was his review. This game has pronouns, which is totally fine, but it didn't go far enough. There's only one non-binary character in the game and not a single character with these or pronouns. I don't feel represented at all. BGG deleted my first 1-star rating, so I'm trying again. Please don't silence my marginalized voice this time, admin. Now, Arch, I have a feeling this hits close to home for you, my friend.
Yeah, like I've said, gatekeep or be gatekept. They're I've been working on a video now on the back burner for a few weeks and months at this point, because the simple fact is, gatekeeping is a universally accepted idea. The left loves it. They only dislike it when you do it to them. They have been doing it for the last 10 years, and they do not argue against it. Whenever I bring up gatekeeping on Twitter, for example, you see people go like, cry. They cry about it. They yell about, oh, how can you say this? This is terrible. Okay, argue against it. There is never a single argument against gatekeeping, not one. The left does this. The left loves this, which is what we see right here. Okay, you dare put a 1-star review? Well, guess what? We are going to keep you out now. The left loves gatekeeping, and if we don't do it back to them, well, in a war where only one side is fighting, guess which one is going to be winning?
Right. Well, there's a little bit more to this. Kyle continued on this thread saying, this also reminded me a few years ago when I replied to a BGG thread where someone said that she was offended by the gendered nature of the term, quote, dudes on a map, referring to games with, primary male soldiers on a map like Risk or Axis or Axis and Allies. My comments were deleted, and I was told by the admins that I was not allowed to disagree with the poster, no matter how polite I was. And here's the response right here. That this is from 2021. It says, hey, Kyle, in response to multiple women saying they view the term, quote, dude as not inclusive, the following is dismissive. Dudes on the map this is what Kyle said. Dudes on the map is already inclusive because dude generally means you guys or everyone. Trust me, I live in California. I call my wife dude. It's an honor to be called a dude. Who doesn't want to be a dude? And they responded with, making a board game hobby more inclusive is one of the core values of our community. Comments dismissive of the core values of our community are unwelcome and are removed by our moderators. Let me know if there's anything else I can help with.
Which is already stupid, because dude is already pretty much gender neutral.
Well, not to them. That's the issue. And he decided, okay, so I'm not allowed to disagree with the OP. Is that what is what you're saying? Just to be clear, I can post anything in that thread arguing with the term dudes on a map is fine. And the guy says, hey, Kyle, it seems you haven't read the community rules. Please do so. The short version in response to your question is no. No, you cannot disagree at all. Posting comments that go against the values of our community are not only unwelcome, but can result in a suspension of posting privileges.
Yep.
Hey, I'm telling this to Matthew right here over at BoardGameGeek.com. Fuck off, Matthew. Like, god damn, what a joke. This reminds me of this right here.
There's a problem that has nothing to do with me. I need to solve it.
And then, of course, we have the classic here from Bill Maher.
Fuck off, you oversensitive little shits.
Fucking nailed it. I don't really have a whole...
People be gate kept.
Yeah. No, I've DM'd Kyle and said, hey, I'd love to have him on the show to talk about this and talk about his experience here. And John's right, man. Just try to be on the Beast podcast. I would love to be on the Beast podcast. Yeah. And Kratos coming in singing the song. I'm a dude. He's a dude. She's a dude. We're all dudes. Chill, Blabs, please. Are you familiar with that song, Blabs?
No.
It's from Good Burger.
What's that?
You don't know Good Burger? Okay.
Is it a good burger?
Right, well, it's a movie, Disney movie from like the late 90s, early 2000s with Ed. We'll work on that. We'll work on that. Anyways, sorry about that, Kyle. We'd love to have you on the show to talk about it, man. It sounds like a shit experience. Now, there's also another level of this, and going to the developer himself of this Eric Lang guy, who has pretty much bragged about forcing a political agenda into his games. And this is a thread courtesy of Grums. He says, I agree with about 80% of the economic left ideas, even slightly left of Bernie Sanders. And I hate that somehow we think A, propaganda is beneath us. It's not. B, our slogans are effective. They're not. C, being righteous is greater than being effective. It's not. I won't even go into the online left, which I agree is largely dysfunctional clown car full of trauma. I agree with the ideas, hate the tactics. Let's start hot. Make America Great Again is the most effective slogan of our lifetimes. I'll argue possibly of all time. Yes, it's 100% a fascist slogan. Checks all the boxes. Nostalgic, mythic, lyrical, vague. That's exactly the point. Unless you're a radical acceleranist who wants to burn it all to the ground, I'm not. You're stuck operating in today's world. Don't compromise on value, but absolutely compromise on tactics. Use propaganda. It's effective. Once again, this is making this board game.
And this is entirely common as well, because you see this very often where the left is now looking at what's going on. It's like, oh, we're losing, but why are we losing? Like we were so justified. We never did anything bad. Now we got to use the right's tactics. Like, hold on for a second there. We learned this from you.
Right.
And it is because they don't get it. Like, what was the saying? When the left does propaganda, it's not propaganda. It's merely speaking truth to power. When the right does it, yes, then it's propaganda.
Well, I hope that there's lots of refunds with that game for those who really care about it. And speak with your wallets, gamers. Speak with your wallet, board gamers.
Where did they even get the pronouns from? Because I think I saw one of the pictures you showed earlier where Tali Zora was a she, they, or something.
Well, they get it from that guy, the guy who's the game dude. You know, he's the one who's changing the narrative along the way, right? So that's kind of where we're at, man. It's nuts. Benjamin says, I've never heard of "Don't Worry, Be Happy," or he never heard of "Don't Worry, Be Happy." Right? Thanks, Benjamin. Joey says, I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude. Thank you. Memories of Rim came in and says, who's this guy related to someone named Sink again? Oh, yes. That you're talking about Cenk Uygur. Is that his name?
Ah, yes.
Hobocop says, U.S. Army vet here. I make fun of Frogan, but it looks like she's already got a lot of things on her plate. There we go. And Joey says, I hope Cenk Uygur's nephew gets banned permanently. Thank you. Jam Call says, every time I hear folks use the term community, it elicits the same feelings I have when I hear homeowners association. Do you have homeowners associations in Norway?
We do. Norway is a very communal nation, so we have lots of little like local things and local clubs and associations and all that kind of stuff. We're a surprisingly insular people.
Market Reality came in and gifted 5 more memberships to the channel. Market Reality, thank you very much, man. Genuinely appreciate that. That is spectacular. If you guys got gifted memberships, make sure you say thanks and consider paying it forward. Thanks, Mark. Appreciate that. We do see every super chat, every direct donation, every Rumble rant, and we'll read every single one of them before the end of the show. And just know we greatly appreciate them. Thank you guys very much. All right. I want to talk about this story. This story fucking drives me crazy. And I may get a little hot here talking about this one, but this is insane to me. Now, I'm going to go to Grums here. He did a great job of consolidating this information for everybody. And I'm going to read his post word for word. Game journalists are the ultimate grifters. Check out Gaming Mag's recent promotional email. This mirrors the offers I've seen from many smaller outlets as game publishers. And one of the things that caught my eye, paid social media post on your social ad with guaranteed impressions of 600,000. Okay, we're gonna go down and take a look at this in just a minute. This is a Gaming Mag, and this is when you look at Gaming Mag, it is exactly what you think it is. It is the home of queer geek culture. Okay, now they're putting this out there and they're saying, look, and I said this in a video I posted yesterday. This has nothing to do with their sexuality. Has zero to do with their sexuality. It has everything to do with this, the idea of paid articles. Right? It has to do with thank you. It has to do with the abundance cost of being a sponsor of a virtual gaming convention for $150,000 or their gaming award show for $120,000, $125,000. Like, what a fucking joke. And you can see their rate card here where they will charge you $750 to write a story about their game or about your
and another
game. $750.
Another couple $100 to post the story.
Well, yes, over on X or social media post. Yeah, 100%. Now, here's the thing about this. And I once again, those who saw the video yesterday, I'm going to be repeating a little bit of this, but none of this lines up. None of this lines up at all when it comes to the sponsor. Once again, 900 words, you get sponsored content, 800 to 900 words, right? $1,500 on the sites. But you can continue here. Right over here. This is fucking insane to me. The key stats, and I want to blow this up here so we can see this a little bit better. They have the value here and they give you the rundown. Okay, here's your your LGBTQ value. This is why you need to invest in us, right? Here are the key stats. Combined total monthly reach. This doesn't make any sense at all. 3.6 million. Allow me to call the uttermost bullshit in the world on this. Look at their Twitter handle. 17,000 followers. Okay, great. Yep. Look at look how many their interactions. 214 views, 915 views, 824 views. Great. Look at their Instagram here. Their Instagram, 6,000 followers, 1 heart, 19 hearts, 16 hearts. Blabs, what does that equate to for like viewership over on Instagram?
Well, that just means a like. A heart is a like.
Yeah, but what's that for impressions? Is that like a few hundred impressions maybe?
I wouldn't know, honestly, but it's very, very low. How many followers do they have again on Instagram?
6,000.
Yeah, that's nothing.
Okay.
Like, I have a shitty tiny ass account and I get more impressions on that.
Okay. TikTok. Maybe they're huge on TikTok. Their latest videos, 1,000 likes, 800 likes. Now this one, 50,000, right? Here we go. Now these are blown up. This actually has to do with this, but this has, you add these up, these do not add up. This does not add up to the numbers that they had. They're using outliers here. These outliers, 6.9 million views to totally skew the views and the data associated with these numbers. 3.6 million views, my ass. You go to their Twitch, which, by the way, if you buy with them, you can get spots on their podcast, which is included in this. You can get spots on their podcast. How does their podcast do? Well, their podcast does 93 views, 15 views. None of this adds up at all. And as I said, I could give a shit about their sexuality. What I give a shit about is the idea of this masquerading as video game journalism, masquerading as an award show, which it's not, right? When you're paying $150,000 to sponsor these award shows, like, you are compromised. You are 100% compromised. And I saw this and this drives me fucking crazy. And I know I'm passionate about this, and I'm sorry. I'm not fucking sorry I'm passionate about this. Like, fuck this. Fuck this. This is insane to me. And it drives me crazy. I don't know. Arch, your thoughts on all this? Is this more of the same? Did you expect this stuff?
I mean, I'm just impressed by the sheer balls on them, honestly, asking that price for a 17,000 followers Twitter account. Right. Also loving the email blurb there, where I think Grumps has it as just like a text document.
Yes.
What it says the prices, and there's like, these are the costs to be posted on our big social media account, like $17K.
Right. It's big. I don't understand how they can guarantee 600,000 impressions when they're getting not even 1,000 impressions on a post.
Bots.
100%. We need to get Master TDS on the show to talk about this. But the fact that these are not talked about, this is not being talked about, is insane to me. Like, this has to be discussed because this is unacceptable. And, you know, bringing it back to the gaming awards, here's the thing. Blabs, will you actually pull up the last year's gaming awards, please, on YouTube? Because when you look at the sponsorship opportunities for this, right? And listen, I'm going to tie this into the Real Game Awards. You guys know I will. But this is why the Real Game Awards has to exist, because of this bullshit right here. Presenting partner, $125,000. Event sponsor, $80,000. Drink sponsor, $45,000. Every one of those categories that you see brought to you by NVIDIA, 45 grand.
Mm-hmm.
A supporter, $20,000.
This is the thing, right? Because the left has been the darling of the corporations, of the institutions for the last 10 years, even whilst complaining they're being oppressed. Otherwise, you would never put these prices unless you expect NVIDIA, major, huge corporations to come to you. Why on God's good earth would you ever ask for anything like this? Like, it seems absurd. Like, hey, we'll write you an article. Oh, how much you're asking? Oh, $3,000. Oh,
right.
Okay.
This has to be talked about. And like I said, doesn't have anything to do with them, has everything to do with their prices and the bullshit around it. Blabs, pull this up real quick. Please share that video. And here's the thing. Oh, this is the Game Awards, not the Gamer Awards.
Oh, the Gamer.
Yes, we're looking at the Gaming Awards. I'll get it pulled up. But this is because I think it's important to really look at these companies that are throwing. You can see the companies that are spending $80,000 to be sponsors of this event.
Uh-huh. It's a pure virtue thing. It's so they can go to people and say, we sponsored the Gaming Awards. Yeah,
1,000%.
You mean this one, right? With
yes.
the weirdos.
Yes. And when you look at this, I have this pulled up here. When you look at this over here, you can actually see on the countdown. Look at these sponsors that they have here. There's TikTok, right? TikTok. You get 10 seconds of play here. Who else? Now, I guarantee they did not spend any of that money. That's probably some sort of partnership. They don't have 40 grand. Logitech. Right? Yeah. Devolver
Digital. Yep.
Logitech had a great year with that Titan. Let's be real. They're doing great stuff.
I'm just saying, you can see these companies. Humble Games, Humble Bundle, Zynga. Right? You know, these are companies that are investing money into this. And you can like literally call them out. So these award shows that this is not, you know, whether it's the Gaming Awards, whether it's IGN award shows, whether it's Jeff Keighley's award show, it's all sullied by the bullshit. It's all sullied by it. And it drives me crazy. Like, and that's why the Real Game Awards exist. And we just passed 500 voting members, which is amazing. Our goal is 1,000 this year. This shit pisses me off. And when I saw that, it just drove lit a fire under me in my fucking heart, because I was so mad. And like, this is why this has to exist. And I've been saying this for so long because I've seen this in this industry for so long. And you have to have an industry have to have an award show that is run by the people who are playing the games themselves. And that's why we have it. So anyways, they're asking for $20,000 to be a supporter. I'm asking for $30 for an annual membership. And, and if you use promo code gaming, GAYMING, gaming, like the Gaming Awards, we'll get you $5 off. So get over to the realgameawards.com, become a supporter over there, and fuck all these stupid award shows. It's ridiculous. Sorry, it just drives me crazy. And I had to talk about that. And I know it has to do with a project that I'm working on, but it just drives me crazy to see that. And it's such fraud. And the fact that it's not discussed, and it won't be called out, because as you said, Arch, the Gaming Awards in particular, they're protected. This is a protected class that you can't speak against them. Otherwise, you're an istophobe, whatever, right? And that's the unfortunate nature. In fact, IGN partnered with them last year, Blabs. I don't know if you recall this. When they had the show, we saw that the IGN show, they simulcast the Gaming Awards.
I had mine pulled up from IGN when I had it on screen.
Yeah,
the Gaming Awards.
exactly. Right, and they help simulcast it. So, fucking mess, man. What a fucking mess. All right. Let's move on to this last story. I appreciate you guys letting me kind of go on a rant there. But once again, head to therealgameawards.com. Use promo code GAMING, GAYMING, to get $5 off. Appreciate that. Okay. Let's head to this final story here. But before we do, the Titter Pig Rancher came into the tin. Says, always remember, the left will always accuse you of either doing what they're doing or what they wish they could do. This is the definition of their current favorite slur, grifter, right? And Pippa's, I'm going to butcher your name. I'm not even going to say it. Pippa came in and says, Bridge pays content creators. I wonder if they're one of them. Maybe. And Hypnotic says, Humble Bundles owned by IGN. Helped take this. Ah, there we go. Right there. Thank you, Hypnotic and Rapture. Appreciate that. All right. Let's continue. This is amazing. This is like legit shocking to me that it was this bad. But we've seen the Sweet Baby Inc. Death Kiss, as I think that was coined by Flash, where Sweet Baby Inc. has been associated with games, and those games, like literally 0 of those games have been successful on games that are new franchises. And it's even had negative effects on existing franchises. Last of Us, Alan Wake, even Spider-Man. But there's a new game that was released called Unknown 9 Awakening. Now, Arch, you said that you have never heard of this game prior to this story coming out.
Nope, I have not seen it or no heard about it.
Well, you're not wrong, because most people didn't hear about this game. But this story came out from Smash last night, Smash JT, and we're going to head over to smashjt.com. Once again, I encourage you guys to head over and check out his video on this, and of course, his website. But he said a GameStop insider reached out to him about the sales number for Unknown 9 Awakening, which once again is a game that was the entire narrative for the game was written by the Sweet Baby Inc. CEO, Kim Belair. And keeping in mind that Sweet Baby Inc., they fancy themselves as a narrative design company. This is what they do. They create narratives for these games. And this was meant to be their magnum opus. This is the game that, hey, this is our game. We're owning it. Well, according to this insider in a direct email, now we're going to talk about this as it's a rumor, right? And Smash said that he couldn't confirm this guy's position, but he said he spoke to him from an anonymity standpoint, and he got an email from a GameStop insider. And he said, I work for GameStop at a corporate level. I have data on 2,900 stores. Your video inspired me to check out Unknown 9 sales. While there was movement for 2,000 initial copies, which were store distributions, I saw maybe 50 other copies with movement, which were pre-orders, but nothing else. So 50 pre-orders for this game. We had around 350 copies of Unknown 9 for the PlayStation 5 available for shipping, but the demand was 0. Which meaning we sold none. On Xbox, we had about 150 copies and 0. So between both platforms, at the time of my first email, we sold 0 copies. 0 copies of this. This is absolutely amazing to me. I don't think I've ever seen a game that's sold 0 copies before. Arch, can you think of anything that's this bad?
0 copies? Oh, I'm not sure about that. I mean, 0 physical copies, pretty impressive. But I mean, just looking up let's see here, the Steam charts, 75 people in game right now. The estimates are from like 1,000 people owning it to maybe 10,000. And that's on Steam, where you have access to literally millions and millions and millions and millions and millions and millions of customers. So the idea that nobody picked this up in stores wouldn't necessarily surprise me. Again, like, I've never heard about this game. The fans of the comic, I guess, which originated on, would be like the only pre-installed user base. Like, And there's also the idea of the box art, right? Because the box art here is you've taken the woman from The Witcher television show and face scanned her. And she looked amazing in The Witcher, which is why she looks like trash in this one, of course, because we don't have the technology to scan women properly, apparently. Like, why would you pick it up? Like, the game is literally named Unknown.
Right.
Well, that's uninteresting.
Right. Well, I'll tell you what, this is truly unknown. And this matches up with the pre-order numbers that I had from my insider who works for a big box retailer that has over 800 stores. And I think that it's kind of fuzzy, but from what I recall, it was just over 24 total pre-orders because I don't have the tweet pulled up, to over 24 total pre-orders for 800 stores for this game, which is insane. I'll tell you what. This is so insane that I don't even know where to begin with this. So I want to go to GameStop and confirm. I got a GameStop that's fairly close to my house. And I think it's time we take a scavenger hunt. We do a little scavenger hunt, Blabs. Are you good with this?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, so I'll tell you what. How about you pull up the Smash tweet that was going to read? Because I think he fucking nails this, as well as the Unknown 9 stats. And I'm going to get in my car and I'm going to go to GameStop and I'm going to ask them specifically if they have any copies of Unknown 9 Awakening and if they've sold any copies of it. Because I gotta listen, I'm gonna put on my journalist hat and we're gonna go see if we can do this. Does that sound good?
Sure.
Okay, sounds good. And while we're doing this, we can also read some super chats and stuff. So I'm gonna go now. I'm gonna get in my car. I'm gonna make my way to GameStop and we're gonna see for ourselves if they've sold a single copy of Unknown 9 Awakening. Okay.
Shoot.
All right. Arch, I'll see you in a few minutes, buddy.
I'll see you.
All right.
All right, let me grab some super chats real fast and give Craig some time. Jason says, weird how you never talk about the Deathclaw genitalia when Arch isn't the guest. Yes, it's quite weird.
Is that? Why is that?
I don't know. Benjamin says, can Lum or Lum be on stream? Yes, yes.
I'm sure she'd love it. Lum is my co-host for the Archcast. It's a lovely little taco fish that really loves feet. She'll talk about feet every day, all day, constantly.
She on like feetfinders.com or something?
Oh yeah, she's got an OnlyFeets account.
Does she sell feet pictures or does she buy them?
No, she sells them and buys them. You know, it's a trade system with her.
That's a bit weird. Okay, interesting. Boog says, draw a cute anime girl, give her a huge monster teeth. That's basically what I saw. Lumi says, Arch, tell Blabs about the Vor game you want to play.
And there Lumi is right there. Yeah, that's Lumi. So if you ever want her on, I'm sure she'd love to.
All right, let me screenshot her name. Oh, okay.
Oh, yes.
Please don't tell me about this, though. I'm good. I don't want to know what game you're playing. Don't tell me. It's fine. Trillis says, Arch probably got sunburned from eating Tabasco.
I probably would, yes.
Dan says, love Super Mario Brothers 3. Beat it like 5 times on the NES. This one's for Craig, so I'll leave this one for later, okay? Kratos says, of course Craig knows what Yub Nub is. He's made 2 kids. Oh my, thanks, Kratos. Okay. Caleb says, yeah, what's a Yup Nub? And says replace. Okay. Yub Nub is the song from Star Wars Return of the Jedi, guys. Taker says, Lehman taken 4, but what I do have is a distinct set of pills in a large case, which I have collected over a long career. I've actually seen Seth MacFarlane do the whole Taken quote as Kermit the Frog, and it's pretty good. Just saying. Pip-Up says, the game She Will Punish Them also got abandoned. Devs MIA left it in early access.
She Will Punish Them. I feel like I'm going to get a BDS game if I search this.
Strad says, I have been playing NMS in VR. Fucking awesome. Thank you. Nate says, Arch, did I watch you play Battle Brothers yesterday? I love that game and didn't even realize who I was watching.
Probably, yes. Very likely.
Jonathan says, just again, can you give me your favorite recipe for making potatoes, Arch? And Arch, would you put your butter in your mashed potatoes? Gravy?
No, you don't mash them either. You take the potato, you put it in a pot of boiling water. Then when it is boiled, you peel the potato and you eat the potato. This is not hard.
Wow. Okay. Anyway, John says Mass Effect 5 will be a Concord level bomb.
Mass Effect 5, yeah.
Ashcore says, I saw that Mass Effect board game. The rules are overly complicated and confusing, so I didn't buy it. Tommy
Well,
says,
that's the problem when you try to convert something from a video game to a tabletop game, because you can't have all of those mechanics. You have to simplify it. You can't just one-to-one it.
Agreed. Tommy says Frogan should be known as Gaza the Hutt. Thank you. ADDF Toxic says, yeah, genuinely, I hadn't heard of Unknown 9 until I tuned into Side Scrolls just in time to see that you are the same man. You are the same man. I feel like we read this one, but for some reason it didn't disappear. Sorry. Gazolorian says, the game was given for free with AMD graphics cards, and the review on Steam say received product for free, and they still downvoted it. Yeah. Captain Canada... Poor you says, I missed a bit, but it should be pointed out they can scan accurately. The new game featured yesterday is proof. And Goen Shogi says, another episode of Craig in the Wild. Yes. All right, let us go back to Smash JT's tweet. That way we have time for Craig. All right, so this is from Smash, and he says, might sound cold, but I legit don't care. Anyone who so much as touched this project should be out of work immediately. This is unacceptable on every financial quantifiable level. Stop patting each other on the backs. Stop pretending everyone's so amazing behind the scenes. The toxic positivity needs to end. You failed at your job, and capitalism needs to run its course. In this industry, you make games for customers, not investors. Not pandering to social justice causes. Gamers, if you can't do that, you need to get the fuck out. I'm so sick and tired of this shit. Sweet Baby Inc. is a death sentence to everything they're attached to. The story was shit, the gameplay is garbage, no one asked for this, and no one was surprisingly impressed by the work. It's garbage and it's cancer to the industry at large. The industry needs real leadership, it's beyond lost. Resign. No one is going to miss you. And then there's these images of Steam charts, 39 people playing Unknown Awakening, 285 people all-time peak 4 days ago. Here is the chart of it just dropping completely. Entry credits, and here are their names: Alexander, David, and Kim Belair from Sweet Baby Inc. There you have it. That is Smash's tweet. And then we can even look at it for today. Unknown 9 Awakening. 75 people playing right now. So, you know, they're doing numbers, guys. They're really doing numbers. Do you think they'll shut this game down?
Well, shut it down as in stop, developing it.
Yeah.
Possibly, probably. Because there's no future here, obviously. So they'll need to move on to the next product. Otherwise, they'll just keep continuing to lose money indefinitely, which is not great.
No, I mean, I kind of wonder if they'll do like a Concord and they'll just completely shut it down, refund everybody. That's always an interesting thing. I didn't think it would happen, but then we saw it happen this year.
Probably not to that degree, simply because this is a much smaller company, so they couldn't afford that. If they do that, they'd probably just die. But, they could just declare bankruptcy or put the game up on Steam and just pray that it'll get a few sales on inertia, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, but, like, maybe that's what they want. To go bankruptcy, and then someone could just buy them out for, like, dirt cheap.
Possibly. And then they'll move on to their next job. Because, I don't know about the rest of Europe, but in Norway, we have a system where the government can fund game developers with government money. And there are lots of developers that literally live off this, where they apply for support, they take the money, they produce a game that doesn't sell, and that's Dustborn in a nutshell. And then they go, oh, well, didn't sell. More money, please. And so it just goes. It's the same with investors here. It's like they'll get the money, make the game, it doesn't sell, shrug, well, it wasn't my money anyways. Let's make the next product.
That's true. And I do know it's not a live service game, but my question was more like for maintenance reasons, because they are going to maintenance, update it if there's a glitch or whatever it is, things like that. Darkle Looch says, Arch's taste buds have dulled due to the snow and ice. This Midwesterner says, butter or gravy is the way, with greens and buttered corn on the cob. Okay, and then Suna Soul Silver says, I don't know if you talked about Colin Moriarty's take yet, but I found his opinion to be privileged and shows how socially rich he is. There is a video on the channel that Craig posted yesterday. You can encourage to check that one out.
Colin Moriarty.
Yes. What was blanking on his name? Shoot, wasn't it like Colin? Why can't I remember where he was from? Came on the show before. West End Media. There you go.
I mean, if your name Moriarty, you've already been born with a silver spoon up both.
Yeah, right. Sherlock.
Holes, I'd imagine.
Sherlock Holmes. Yeah. Anyway, so or chat, if you're tuning in, we're waiting for Craig to appear at a GameStop like 2 minutes away from his house to see if there's any copies of this game available for sale or not. But in the meantime, over on local, Spoon Ninja sent a $1 tip of a meme, and then Felsteph sent a $1 tip of another meme of I'm just a dude meme. And then Felsteph also sent a $1 tip saying, "Seen the Gaming Awards rates card." And Alyssa Mercante had the balls to call the real Gaming Awards a grift. Yes, she did.
That's the beauty of it, though. It's like, okay, you can be a lifetime member for $30. Grifter, $4,500, however. Social,
Yeah.
socialite.
All right. So, while we wait for Craig, I did have some news, but I put it in tomorrow's document. But we'll just do it now because we got time to kill. I wanted. Oh, there he is. Oh, hello. Never mind.
All right. So, hey guys, here's the thing. I don't have my headphones in. I was a dum dum.
Yes.
And so here, I'm going to turn you down, but I'm going to take it from here. I'm going to head inside this GameStop and see what we can do about Unknown 9 Awakening. Okay.
Okay. Have fun.
All right. I'm going to turn you down, and when I leave the store, then I'll turn you back up. Okay. All right. I'll be right back. Okay. Shh. Here we go. All right. We're going to enter the GameStop right now. Actually, let me do this. Let me switch my Can I switch my camera on? That's okay. Here we go. Need some Kenny logins in here. It's ridiculous. Hey, what's going on?
Not much, man.
Hey, a question for you. Do you have any? There's a game that came out called Unknown 9 Awakening. Have you heard of that game before?
I have not heard of it.
Yeah. Just curious if you have it in stock.
Unknown 9 Awakening?
Yeah. It's from Bandai Namco. Got some sweet tunes going on in here. It's banging. Hey, have you guys
Do not have it.
You don't have any?
No, sir.
So have you sold any here at this location by chance?
That I don't know. Not while I've worked here.
No?
I work 2 stores, so I'm off and on all week.
And you never even heard of the game, huh? Okay, cool.
Well, let's see. And then, of course, with it being a new game, I can't see if any other locations have it.
Okay. Yeah, there's rumors that GameStop has sold 0 copies of it, and it's a brand new copy. It's a brand new game that came out, and like nobody's heard anything about the game. So, yeah, okay, cool. All right.
Yep.
You ever heard of Sweet Baby Inc. before? No? Okay. Keep it that way. It's good stuff. All right. Thanks, man. Appreciate you.
You too, man.
Have a great day, okay? Hey, you guys doing any card trade-ins, or are you guys doing any of that stuff? I see you guys got all these cards over here.
Always.
You guys are you guys doing the grading stuff? I heard you guys are doing the grading as well.
We're doing grading at this store. We also still buy PSA cards and we sell them online currently.
Have you guys like who grades them?
We send them out to PSA.
Okay, cool.
You don't have it?
All right.
It's not in stock, no.
Oh.
That's just.
I understand what you were talking about. I never even heard of it until you said it.
Yeah, it's a game. Apparently nobody's bought it. So
That's why I don't understand if nobody's bought it.
Yeah. That's crazy times we live in here, huh? All right, hey guys, thanks. You guys have a good one. We'll see you. All right. Okay. Thanks to the guy who helped me, as well as the guy in the store who never heard of the game. So there it is. The guys they never even heard of it before. So I'm back. I can hear you. Yeah.
I just want to point out a funny side note about that. He literally says, "Oh, we send the cards out to PSA." So why would anyone want to go to GameStop when they can just ship them to PSA straight away? What a stupid service. You're just a middleman.
All right, service the middleman. That's right. That is real journalism there, Jacob. That's right. That's what we do here. It's nonstop. Well, listen, this is one of the fun little side quests we get to have. That's what we're going to call it, Blabs. Side quests. Get it?
Side quest.
All right. Okay. I'll give you 5 minutes. I'll be back and we'll finish up the show. Have we got any crazy super chats or anything?
We read them.
Oh, keep them going. Let's go. I'll be right back.
Yeah, okay, bye. Go away.
No, I can't. Oh, it says in stream. I don't want to in stream.
You want me to boot you?
Yeah, boot me.
Well, there we go.
He's still backstage. I don't know what he's doing now. Oh, I think he's figured. Oh, okay, he's gone now. I just see him spin the phone, and it's just looking down like that. Anyway, okay. Well, there you have it, chat. Nobody knows what Unknown 9 Awakening is. We're not surprised, are we? Because I'm not. Okay, so Lord Botha says, "What a shock! A British man has a bad take on food." Lord Botha, know your countries. This man is from Norway. Respect British people. They at least have taste buds. Sorry, man. I'm questioning your taste buds. Raffles, the secret agent, Craig. It's true. Let me see. I think I need to catch up on Rumble's side. I don't know where Craig left off. The problem with Rumbles, they don't have a section for super chats. So you just gotta scroll through everything. Okay, we saw that one. Sorry, chat. Bear with me. Saw that one. Saw that one. Okay, we're caught up then on Rumble. Okay, thanks, Rumble. All right. So I did want to pull up something that I saw yesterday, and that was really cool. And then we'll get Logan's perspective tomorrow, because Logan's going to be on the show, Red Bandana Gaming. But what do you think of this new controller? I think it actually looks awesome. DualSense Monster Hunter Wilds Edition PS5 covers coming to Japan, of course, because Japan gets everything nicer than we do. And there it is for the console, too. I mean, I don't know. The console looks pretty stupid. I'm not gonna lie. It looks absolutely stupid.
It looks modern artsy, where they just decided to make it angles for no particular reason. I miss the bricks that we had.
Right. I do really like the controller though. That's cool. That's a nice controller. That pops, slaps, as the youth say. But that I don't understand.
As the youth say.
As the youth says. Yeah, I don't understand the consoles at this point. They look stupid. And you're right, it does look like a museum. I'm not about it. So yeah, okay. Well, now we have Arch's thoughts on that. Let me refresh and see if oh look guys, Unknown 9 Awakening has gotten to 79 instead of 75. You're all welcome.
Now if we were looking to fill time, there's also this that popped up.
Okay, what is this?
On the topic of deliberately uglified females, the Flat Raider Lara Croft show didn't make it even to Netflix top 10 list, apparently.
Oh, yeah, look at that. Here we go. Let me open this in a new tab. Let's pull this up. Okay, so here we go. Outer Banks Season 4. I know none of these shows.
Prison Break Season 1 is beating out Lara Croft, is it?
Prison Break was a million years old at this point.
Let me check. Like, that's got to be pretty... 2005. God, help me. A 20-year-old show.
Well, we're doing numbers on Netflix. Wow. Wow. When did this come out, this Lara? This came out, I think, when I was in Japan.
Yeah, this came out just, like, last week or something like that, a couple weeks ago.
October 7th, yep. Yeah, I was away. Okay. Wow.
Yep. It was, It's a bad story. It does not a lot of tomb raiding. Lara's a lesbian. She's flat, of course.
Is she actually a lesbian? Like, that was the rumor in the trailer.
It is heavily implied. Heavily implied.
Wow. Listen, there are no such thing as straight white women anymore, is there?
No, they're all bi, at the very least.
Wow. Wow. Fascinating. Oh. Goodbye, Archer's camera. Talking to a nipple. Up there he is. That is so... Like, what is up with your cameras? Like, you plugged it in USB and it just dies?
I don't know. Maybe the USB isn't, like, attached properly. Who knows?
Isn't attached properly. Wow. Okay. Well, let's see. All right. Xander says we need a food intervention with Disparu and Arch. You know Disparu, right?
Disparu?
Yeah, British streamer, YouTuber. He'd be a good conversation to have about food with you. Graph Tanker 98 says, not defending GameStop, but sometimes companies do a bulk shipment to PSA and can sometimes be cheaper to use a second-party shipper for grading card. Okay, I should say for card grading. Okay, but to rebuttal that, why, as you, the consumer, need to wait for bulk shipping? So if you drop something off and they're not going to ship it out until when? Like the end of the month, if they're doing everything? Why should you do that when you can just straight up just go to PSA and mail it out to them instantaneously and have it sent to you, and it's probably cheaper just to go to PSA than go to GameStop, right? Like, I thought this was a good idea for GameStop, but the more I thought about it, I was like, this company's going out of business.
It's profitable to be the middleman, so long as nobody realizes that they could cut out the middleman.
Exactly. I think I love talking about cards and all that, but like at the same time, I don't think this is a good move for GameStop, especially because they're kind of bankrupt and they're going out of business. So I don't really see the whole point in that.
I'm very surprised they're still around. Like, surely this has got the card thing has got to be like a different way of trying to get some revenue in, because I don't imagine that many people are going out to buy physical game copies anymore. I mean, it was something back in the day when you got like a game copy and it had like the box and a big old manual with lots of lore, maybe a map inside and cool extras. But now you go and buy a box and inside there isn't even a disc. There's just a CD key.
Yeah, and then you got to update it too anyway. So it's not like you're getting the full game. It's like, oh, there's a launch update. Jonathan Smith says, are grilled cheese or peanut butter and jelly?
Grilled cheese or grilled cheese, because peanut butter and jelly just sounds utterly fucking repulsive to me.
Listen, so I went all of my life until I was like 24 or whatever without ever having peanut butter and jelly, and I must say it's phenomenal.
What?
I never had peanut butter and jelly as a child.
Sounds disgusting.
What is happening? It's ridiculous.
It's true. I grew up on Nutella and peanut butter, like a normal person.
Okay.
Like a giant sandwich. Anyway, this question was for you, and I've been saving it.
Yes.
Dan Evil Robot says, love Super Mario Brothers 3. Beat it like 5 times on NES. Craig, have you played the Super Mario Advance 4, Super Mario Brothers 3, the e-reader levels?
I have, and there are some really tough levels in there for sure, Dan. I don't know if I've beaten them all, but I don't think I've gotten all like the coins in them, but I think that I remember they are some pretty difficult levels in there.
And to make you happy, chat, I'm going to go have a peanut butter and jelly sandwich later, or maybe Nutella. I don't know.
Sounds good. Well, Alma John, let's see, over on Rumble, I want to make sure I get to these as well. It says, you remember a couple shows back you did your old colleagues used gamer words back in the day. I can still hear Boland's voice in my head telling you guys to get graped when y'all streamed games. Well, yeah, that's not the old colleagues that I was specifically talking about, but yeah, he was definitely one of them. Thank you, Almond John. Appreciate that. Stetson came in, says Rich lost all monetization after calling Phil the N-word and R-word, which is why he deleted his channel. Then he deleted his Twitter after facing backlash, posting a video faking suicide and threatening Blabs and others.
Huh?
What?
Wait, who? Who is this?
Rich from Review Tech. You got
threatening me?
No, fucking dude.
I've literally talked to the guy twice, and I never said anything to him ever after that.
Yes.
And we were very respectful towards each other, but okay, you do you, boo-boo.
Coog Blitz says light-skinned Semites and dark-skinned Semites are mad at each other, a tale as old as time, and still one that men of the West have no business entertaining. Delta says, and Metal Slug Tactics come out November 5th. I like me a tactics game, and the Steam demo had an interesting mechanic around constantly wanting units moving. Might get a physical collector's box. There you go, Delta. Good stuff. All right. Well, look at that. That was fun, huh? We had a little road trip in there, a little side quest, if you will. Nice.
Yes.
All right, Arch, fill everybody in on where they can find you, my friend.
Over on YouTube, the Archcast, as usual, when I talk about everything dumb going on these days, and sometimes do something a slight bit more interesting. We're going to be talking about satire soon, and if 40k is satire, it is not, because nobody knows what satire is.
Yes, what is that satire? By the way, Blabs, did you head over to sidescrollerspodcast.com and get the support over there?
On locals? Yes, I did.
Okay, great.
Oh, wait, we got another one. Hang on. Sorry. Just G just sent a tip saying, oh, you got a membership. Now what do I do?
You hang tight and you wait for the great stuff we have. And you can watch the, go to the front page, Just G, and watch the Golden Era documentary. You can watch that under the supporter exclusive area. So
I'm not gonna lie, I heard that too. Sad, tired.
all right, guys, thank you very much for your support today. All the super chats, direct donations, and Rumble rants. Do me a favor, hit the thumbs up button on your way out, and of course, subscribe to Arch's channel, the Archcast channel down below. Link is in the description. I encourage you guys to check it out. But yeah, we got a bunch of great stuff coming. I got more videos coming up later today, so make sure you guys tune into those. There's standalone videos on the channel, which have been really, really great to do. Gazalarian says Arch is European, and he called it peanut butter and jam.
It's true. I say jam too.
All right, let's get out of here, guys. Have a great rest of your day. I'm going to just ignore that comment altogether. I can't do that. But listen, I can't deal with somebody who doesn't put salt on their potatoes.
Why would you?
I mean, I don't really use salt ever when I cook either.
See?
I wasn't even grown up with that. Like, I wasn't raised with like putting salt on everything. It's hardly in anything that I eat ever.
I wasn't raised with taste buds. All right.
Excuse you. There are more spices, and do not put me with Arch here. I am above all of you. I'm from Italian ancestry. We know what real food is. Thank you very much.
Did you hear that? Blabs just said she's above all of us, Arch. Now it's
with
us
food
versus
for
her.
the two of you. Oh yes, absolutely. You
I will
American like
not.
McDonald's.
I will
like
not be lectured by an Italian on anything.
Excuse you.
It's time to end the show before this shit goes off the rails.
I like pasta. I'm gonna go have some now.
Taker said.
By the way, I made the best pesto sauce yesterday. Like the bestest I've ever made it in my life. Anyway.
Hey, Blabs, that's just absolutely spectacular. And
Shut up. I know you're gonna pull up some clips. Shut up.
I just appreciate everything. That's great. That's awesome, Blabs.
Dude, it was really good. You put some water.
Wow.
Listen, shut up.
Hey, Taker says RGT85 said it best on Rich. He doesn't really review tech in the USA anymore. he seems certainly more interested in drama, and he had TDS as well. Yeah, I think you're right, Taker. Appreciate it. And thank you, RGT, for that. All right, let's get out of here, guys. Have a great rest of your day. Hit the thumbs up button on your way out. Tell a friend about the show. The best thing you can do is let people know this show exists. So let's continue to grow the wonderful community of normal men we have here who have found comments in the video game space. Have a great rest of your day. Remember, people are going to try to keep you down. Don't let them. You guys got a goal. Go get it. Have a great day, guys. See you later. Bye-bye.